Welcome back to Daily Dose of Space. Some discoveries do not arrive with explosions or headlines. They appear quietly, almost accidentally, recorded as lines of data on paper, waiting for someone to notice that something is wrong. One such moment happened in 1977, during a routine search for signals from space. At the time, no one thought they were about to stumble onto one of the most unsettling mysteries in the history of astronomy. But a single signal, lasting just over a minute, would permanently change how humanity listens to the universe. This episode is about that signal and about why its legacy still shapes the search for life beyond Earth. Listening to the sky. By the late 1970s, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence was no longer science fiction. Radio astronomers had realized that advanced civilizations, if they existed, might use radio waves to communicate. These waves travel vast distances, pass through dust and gas, and can carry structured information. SETI projects focused on scanning the sky for narrow-band radio signals, the kind unlikely to be produced by natural cosmic processes. Nature tends to be noisy. Technology tends to be precise. The Big Ear Radio Telescope in Ohio was one of the instruments dedicated to this task. It quietly monitored the sky, collecting enormous amounts of data, most of which showed nothing unusual, just background noise from the cosmos. Until one night, when the noise changed. 72 seconds. On August 15, 1977, Big Ear detected a powerful radio signal coming from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. The signal was strong, narrow in frequency, and behaved exactly as one would expect from a distant source fixed among the stars. It rose in intensity as the telescope rotated toward it, then faded as the Earth's rotation carried the telescope away. The entire event lasted 72 seconds, matching the time Big Ear could observe a single point in the sky. Days later, astronomer Jerry Amin reviewed the printout. One sequence of characters stood out so clearly that he circled it and wrote a single word in the margin. Wow! The name stuck, and so did the mystery. Why this signal was different. Radio signals from space are common. Pulsars, quasars, and cosmic background radiation all produce radio emissions. But the WOW signal was different in several critical ways. Its frequency was extremely narrow, centered near the hydrogen line, a natural reference point that many scientists had long considered ideal for interstellar communication. Its strength was far above background noise, and it showed no signs of the chaotic variation typical of natural sources. Most importantly, it was never detected again. Follow-up observations scanned the same region of the sky repeatedly. Nothing. The signal had appeared once, announced itself clearly, and vanished completely. That combination made it impossible to ignore and impossible to explain. Natural explanations and their limits. Over the decades, scientists proposed many explanations. Some suggested it was a passing comet reflecting radio waves. Others pointed to rare astrophysical phenomena or unknown types of cosmic emitters. More recently, attention turned to magnetars, extremely dense neutron stars with powerful magnetic fields capable of producing intense radio bursts. These objects were unknown in 1977, and their discovery provided a tempting explanation. But magnetars tend to produce repeating signals, not singular events. They also exhibit broader frequency patterns than what was observed in the WOW signal. While they explain some mysterious radio bursts, they do not fully match this case. Every natural explanation solves part of the puzzle, but leaves something unresolved. The signal remains stubbornly out of place. The problem of one-time event. The most frustrating aspect of the WOW signal is its uniqueness. Science thrives on repetition. A phenomenon observed once can be intriguing, but it cannot be confirmed. If the signal had repeated even once, the story might be very different. Astronomers could have studied its structure, traced its motion, and tested hypotheses. Instead, they are left with a single snapshot. This forces an uncomfortable truth. The universe may produce meaningful events that are rare, brief, and easy to miss. Our instruments may simply not be watching at the right time. The wow signal may not be unique. It may only be unique in our records. How wow changed SETI forever. Regardless of its origin, the WOW signal had a lasting impact. It demonstrated that a signal consistent with intelligent transmission could appear unexpectedly, without warning, and without repetition. SETI strategies shifted. Continuous monitoring became more important. Broader sky coverage replaced narrow focus. New instruments were designed to watch more of the sky, more often, with better sensitivity. The signal also changed public perception. It became a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that the universe might be trying to say something, even if we do not yet understand the language. WOW turned SETI from a hopeful experiment into a serious, methodical scientific effort. Listening in a noisy universe. Today, astronomers detect thousands of mysterious radio bursts. Fast radio bursts, pulsars, magnetars, and transient signals fill databases around the world. The universe is far louder than once believed. And yet, the WOW signal still stands apart. Its simplicity, its strength, and its silence since that night make it impossible to fully classify. Modern telescopes are far more powerful than Big Ear ever was, but the universe is vast and time is relentless. A signal that appears once may never appear again, not because it was special, but because the cosmos does not repeat itself on our schedule. The meaning of silence. The legacy of the WOW signal is not proof of extraterrestrial intelligence. It is something subtler and perhaps more important. It is proof that the universe can surprise us in ways that challenge our assumptions. It reminds us that absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, that listening requires patience measured not in years, but in generations. Somewhere, something produced a signal that briefly rose above the cosmic noise and then disappeared. Whether it was nature behaving strangely or intelligence reaching out, the universe has not clarified its intent. It has only reminded us that we are still learning how to listen.